Hey, welcome. Today we're going to break down an incredibly powerful idea, one that's packed into a single, short verse. And honestly, it has the potential to totally change the way you face your daily challenges. Together, we're going to explore how to build a truly sound mind.
So let me start with a question for you. Have you ever felt that little voice of doubt? You know, that invisible brake that stops you from taking the next step? Maybe it's with a project, a conversation, or even a dream you have. It's a feeling we all know. That sense that fear is holding us back.
All right, let's get into it. To really understand where our strength comes from, we first have to get clear on what isn't part of our original design. The starting point is actually a process of elimination. And here it is, the foundation for our whole discussion today. The first part of 2 Timothy 1:7 makes a pretty radical statement. It says flat out that a spirit of fear, or timidity, or cowardice, well, it's not a gift that comes from God. So, what's the crucial point here? It's that if fear isn't something we've been given, then it doesn't have to be our permanent state of being. It's not our factory setting, you know? It's something external, something we can and should reject.
Just take a look at this contrast. On one hand, you see the effects of a spirit of cowardice. It paralyzes us, it fills us with doubt, and it isolates us. But on the other hand, you see what's offered instead, this divine exchange. In place of fear, we're offered three very specific gifts: power, love, and self-discipline.
Let's keep going and see how this all fits together. We'll start with that first gift. Now, this isn't some overwhelming external power. It's something that lives inside of us, a strength that equips us to take action. So the first key word is power. Let's just let that sink in for a second. We're not talking about aggression or brute force here. No, it's something much deeper, much more personal. And this is so key. This power is our inner capacity to handle whatever comes our way. It's the resilience to not break under pressure, and it's the ability to move toward our goals, even when the path is tough. Okay, now for the second gift. You could say that if power is the engine, then love is the fuel. It's the motivation that drives us to use that power in the right way. Love. It's a word we all know, but in this context, it takes on this dimension of being an active force, not just a passive feeling. It's the thing that pulls us outward, while fear is always trying to push us inward. And this just brilliantly shows how love is the perfect antidote to fear. See, fear traps us inside ourselves, right? It makes us self-centered. But love does the exact opposite. It pulls us out of that self-focus, gets us thinking about others, and gives us a purpose that's way bigger than our own safety. And that brings us to the third and final gift, the one that really ties it all together. This is like the guidance system, the clarity we need to use power and love effectively. Self-discipline. Or you could call it self-control, a sound and well-ordered mind. This is the quality that keeps us balanced. So, in essence, this gift is the ability to be the captain of your own mind. It's the discipline to not let your emotions run the show, to think clearly when things get chaotic, and to make wise decisions instead of just reacting on impulse. So here, you can see how these three pieces just fit together perfectly. You've got the power to act, the love that gives you the reason to act, and the self-discipline to guide your actions with wisdom. Together, they form an unshakable foundation. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but how do we actually apply it? How do we switch these gifts on in our day-to-day lives? Let's walk through a really practical action plan. It really is as simple as this. First, activate your power by taking one small, practical step toward that thing that intimidates you. Second, activate your love by connecting that action to a benefit for someone else, not just yourself. And third, activate your self-discipline with something as simple as a deep breath to calm your mind before you act. That's it. Power, love, and self-discipline in action. I really want you to walk away with this fundamental idea. You are not fighting against your nature when you face fear. You are actually aligning with it. Your original design is one of strength, clarity, and purpose. And to wrap up, I'll just leave you with this question, and I want you to really think about it. If you fully accepted that those three gifts, power, love, and self-discipline, are already available to you, what would change? What call would you make? What project would you start? What conversation would you have today? The answer to that question could be the first step toward a truly sound mind.